Hey kids, welcome back as we explore Jesus' last week on earth and what happened to Jesus and how that affects us still today. So last week we talked about Jesus coming into the Capitol, riding on a donkey, how he had a dinner with his friends and told them that his body was going to be broken so that we could have a new promise to be with God forever. And then after that dinner, Jesus took some of his friends and went and prayed and expressed his emotions to God, saying, "Not my will, God, but yours be done." Let's see what these eggs have to do with the next part of the story. Let's see. Whoa! Okay, I can't find where that thing went. It just fell and rolled right off the table. So in this egg is a little piece of leather, and there was a crown. Let's see, who did this one? Some coins. Wonder what that has to do with the story. And, wow. It's a cross made out of, it looks like 3 nails. And then, what's this? A piece of cloth. Interesting. Okay, so let's see what these things have to do with this part of the story. So after Jesus was praying in the garden, his friends betrayed him, which is so sad. One of his good buddies named Judas became really greedy and decided to tell the bad guys where Jesus was for some money. And so they paid Judas 30 pieces of silver to tell them where Jesus was so they could arrest him. Man, that must have been so hard on Jesus. Then his best friend, Peter, after Jesus was arrested, Peter denied he even knew Jesus. Man, Jesus was so alone. He was so alone. Don't worry, the story will get better, but it has to get worse first. So they arrested Jesus even though he hadn't done anything wrong. And the reason why they arrested him is because the church leaders, they were jealous of all the power that Jesus had. And so they stirred up all this trouble with all the people in the town and said, "Hey, we need to kill Jesus. He is a bad guy." And the people believed him. So the same people who were throwing a parade for Jesus and shouting Hosanna and waving branches and rolling out the red carpet by putting their coats down on the ground, those same people were convinced by the bad church leaders that Jesus was wrong, that he did these horrible things and that he should die for it. So they started yelling, "Kill Jesus, kill Jesus," even though Jesus did nothing wrong. So as custom was in that day, Pilate, who was kind of the judge at the time, said, "Hey, because it's Passover," remember that holiday we celebrated last video? Well, it was custom that on that holiday, people could choose to set one prisoner free. So Pilate, who was the judge, says, "You can either have Jesus to go free, or you can have this bad guy named Barabbas to go free." Now, Barabbas was in jail for murder. He was in jail for a rebellion. So he was a really bad guy. And you know what? The people wanted Barabbas to be set free over Jesus. Isn't that insane? That's just crazy. So Jesus took Barabbas's place. Barabbas was supposed to die, and Jesus took his place instead. And the people yelled, "Crucify Jesus," which meant kill him, kill him. That's kind of what Jesus did for me and you, is he took our place. He died for us. So after Jesus took Barabbas's place and was condemned to die, they went ahead and they hurt Jesus really bad. They whipped him. They put a crown of thorns on his head. They did awful, mean things. They made fun of him. They spit on him. Man, and he didn't even do anything wrong. So they nailed him to a cross and he died. Next, some of his friends took his body down from the cross and they wrapped him in cloth and put him in a tomb. But this isn't where the story ends. So you have to tune into the last video to see the epic ending of the best story of all time. All right, I'll see you next video.